Looks like everything is working and we are now live. Hello, hello, and welcome. So for today, I am back on the tiny cyberpunk paintings. Yay! Oh, and I see Evil Leia is here. Hi, Evil Leia. How you doing? I'm gonna continue working on the Rebecca. After yesterday, I kind of noticed some things that were kind of funky with her proportions on her face. So I definitely want to fix those and then continue on the hair and the jacket. When I start adjusting proportions, I never know how long it'll take me because sometimes things behave, sometimes things don't behave. Yeah. So I don't know if we'll get to Lucy or not, but we'll see. Basically what's up with this piece is that she looked very long, like just, I don't know, something very stretched this way. I wanted to squish it down. I think it's because her hairline needs to be dropped down a little bit, and I think I need to bring her ear over a little more, and then it'll kind of squish it more here. I think that's just how the painting ended up. It happens. So I'm gonna try to fix the proportions. Yeah, she's looking a little too narrow here. It could be because it threw me off because of the proportions of the canvas itself. Doing these tiny paintings are kind of tricky, so, but it's okay. I'm gonna fix that. And it's Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? So first, I'm gonna put this aside for a minute. And then I'm gonna bring forward my paint palette. Hello, hi Evil Leia, how you doing? And I'm gonna just reactivate the mint colors that I was using for her hair. It's always a little nerve-wracking when you're adjusting proportions in this painting phase. It's a little different than the sketch phase. It's okay. But I want to fix this. And then I'm going to add a little bit to the skin color that I was using. A little turpentine. Good, doing good, Evil Leia. Happy to be here painting. Nice. Eating another fruit bowl, Isaac? That's good. Yum. Isaac, what kind of fruit bowl are you eating? Alrighty, so think now this is going to be very weird at first. Things will look weird, proportions will look off, but I'm a perfectionist, and when I notice something wrong, I want to fix it. Nice. Ooh, that sounds really good, Isaac. a banana acacia bowl. That sounds really good. Yum. Sounds like a good hearty breakfast. Alrighty. Okay, wait. Adjusting the proportions here are actually going a lot smoother than I thought they were gonna go. Sometimes they're not as smooth or can create more problems. There we are. Blood, you're funny. Donuts are healthy enough. You sure about that, Blood? I don't know. I wouldn't feel good if I had. I don't know how some people can have donuts for breakfast. I I would not feel good. I couldn't do that. Nope. I don't think I would feel good at all. Alrighty, so now I'm just trying to fix this. And alright, I think she's looking more like Rebecca. Before, so Rebecca's face is like it's a more round. And before it was looking really long, and I'm like, that's not Rebecca's proportions. Let me see if I can fix this. And I think she's starting to look a little bit more like herself, making me happy. Portraits are not easy. It's not easy to try to get someone to look like themselves. I find it a little easier with like characters because I feel like there's sometimes room for interpretation rather than real people. But still, it has its tricky moments. I don't know if whole wheat donuts are really though that healthy. It's still fried dough. I don't know. And I'm like, I don't think so. There we go. See, she's looking a little bit more like herself. I think that's better proportions. Oh, yeah. And that was actually a really easy fix. I was a little scared at first, but that actually went a lot smoother than I was like anticipating at first. All right, I'm gonna redo some of the blue reflections that were here. In order to do that, I do have to get more of that green color. Hey, Win, how you doing? Where is that green? There it is. Switch the donut with a bagel. Maybe that's a little bit better. I like bagels. Bagels are good. I wouldn't say, I don't know if bagels were necessarily healthy, but I don't think they're bad for you. I don't know. I think everything is okay as long as it's in moderation. Like, if you want to have a donut, great. I wouldn't recommend eating a donut for every single meal of the day and every single day. Probably wouldn't be a good idea, but if you wanted to have a donut for dessert every once in a while, maybe once a week, twice a week, I don't think there's any problem with that. You gotta enjoy life. I don't know. Something about people don't talk about is moderation. I think that's honestly the key. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Win. Hey, it's Penguin. Hi, Penguin. How you doing? Ah, it's all good. You're welcome to lurk, Penguin. Happy to. And if I can keep you company at work, then that's even better. Yeah, I'm happy that you're here. Very, very true. Bagels are just bread and donuts are sugary bread. Very true. I mean, I think you should do whatever makes you happy. You know? Enjoy life. Enjoy life. Have some fun. And you know what I say? If you're going to have some donuts and have some bagels, get the good stuff. Don't get the cheapy cheap stuff that kind of tastes bad. Just get the good stuff. Alrighty. What color was I mixing up again? I forget. Oh, okay. I was mixing up the blue that's for the reflective light on Rebecca. That's what I'm mixing up. At first, I was like, this is looking very teal. I thought I was like done with her hair, even though maybe some areas of her hair I could go with like a darker color. You know what? I could go with a slightly darker teal, honestly, and add up just a little more contrast, just a tad. And I think this could use a little bit more white. Maybe a bit more blue. There we go. And then I think, no, actually, I'm gonna grab more white. And mix this color into like a lighter blue for the glow. I know, so many mixings. And I need to clean this palette. This palette's getting a little too chunky. It's hard to mix when it's too chunky. Exactly, Penguin. Everything in moderation. Honestly, I think that's the way to go. That's how I rule out everything. Moderation. Whoop. Okay, that color was not dry on the palette. A donut that's been glazed 12 times. Well, Isaac, I would try it. I don't know if I would like it. I'd probably take one bite and be done with that. I would like to see what that looks like. A donut that's been glazed 12 times. Oh my gosh. I don't know. That's a lot of glaze. That's like a very thick stack of glaze. I don't think I would never be. I would probably be done with just one bite. You're like, okay, I tried it. Never trying that ever again. Goodbye. Adding some blue, adding some green. Oh. Just like in a video game, Isaac, you eat that donut, it'll increase your speed. Yeah, I think it'll also give me the jitters. I think I'll be very jittery after a donut like that. I think anyone would. There we go. And then I'm going to add some highlights to this blue. Kind of liked it before where it kind of blended into the background. So I'm going to add some black in here. Trying to blend it. There we go. You know what? Same penguin. I think that amount of sugar would also make me very nauseous. Very, very nauseous. I think it's just too much sugar. Isaac, you can enjoy that 12 glazed donut. I think everyone else is tapping out. Aw, thank you, Win, for posting the Discord. Thank you. And for her ponytails, I liked it like in the first layer where it was kind of blended, but I didn't like how, like, it wasn't very bright. So what I'm doing here is I'm blending it now with the second layer, wanting it blended, but yet I still want that like pop of color. And I have to reactivate the blue that I made. There we go. Just gonna blend that in there. It's a lot of little teeny touches of color, a lot of blending. Yep. Tiny touches here and there. There we go. And I'm actually, that looks a little too much like a lime. So I'm gonna blend it out here. There we go. Oh, yeah? That sounds really cool. That sounds cool, Isaac. Sounds like a good goal. Me neither, when I didn't think so. I should have expected it because I know how much work I put into like tiny like details and stuff, but I honestly thought these were gonna be like a lot faster than that's been. But whatever. Also too, I wanted to fix something with her. Her neck was looking a little too thin. So I'm going to I know, didn't anyone ever think that so much work would go into such a tiny painting? No. And then I'm gonna add into the shadowing. Especially that, like, yesterday. So I always end up, like, noticing something that needs to be changed or I need to added. And yesterday I was kind of looking at it and I was like, I'm kind of noticing a few mistakes that I wanna be able to fix. True, penguin, true. You know what? I think cosplay goals is a good motivation. Why not? Hey, whatever can get you motivated, right? Whatever can get you motivated to feeling better, to looking better. I think that's good. Alrighty. There we go. That looks a little bit better, more in proportion again. She was looking a little bit too much like a bobblehead. Kind of wasn't feeling that vibe. Not in this case. I'll keep it for my chippy art. We are. And then I'm going to go in with the black again. What's nice about the oil paint is that it takes a while to dry. So the colors that I've been using on my palette kind of just stick around. It's the paints that I use for my porcelain painting. Actually, those paints never dry. The only way to move on and have what you just painted stay is to fire it. So that is very interesting. Yeah, very true, Penguin. Sometimes it is hard to really step away from a piece because it's like you could always keep working at it. Oh, I know, I know. And there's been so many times where I'll be like done with the piece, but then I see something and I want to add to it. That's why before like I actually call a piece done, I let it sit there for like 24 hours to make sure I actually like it. And I mean, yeah, there's some older pieces that I'm like, oh, if I could go back and add to it, I would, or change it, I would. But um, I just tend to move forward and just take it as something that I've learned. and something that I will change for the future. Yeah, I know, right? When you're like, ah, it's perfect. Kind of like this when I was like, okay, her face needs to be adjusted a little bit. And sometimes can be so frustrating. And I'm like, why did I even do that? This one went smoothly, thankfully, this time. There we go. And then I'll add a little bit of light blue for highlights. Yeah, motivation can be hard, but I think also motivation has to come from just being disciplined, and just rather than telling yourself, oh, I don't feel like it today, I'll do it tomorrow. Be like, no, I set aside this time for myself. I'm going to do it now. And no excuses. It's almost like you just hold yourself accountable. Um, I will say going with people definitely helps because then it's like you feel like someone's like waiting on you. So it's like you feel even more responsibility. Um, but I think just having that self discipline of being like, no, this is in my routine. This is what I do. That's a good way to have grow a healthy habit of self motivation. And that can be anything. That can be in art, that can be in anything that you want to do or want to complete or reach a goal. You know, um, like something doesn't come from nothing. You got to work for it. Like a lot of people ask me, like, for my motivation of my art, how do I do it? And honestly, I just do. No excuses. This gets done. If I don't work on it, it won't get done. I will say that actually the live streams have kind of helped because it forces me to just sit down, and I know you guys all are expecting me to be here, so that helps. And also the shows, the goals of the shows, where it's like I'm working towards something. If I don't do art and I don't prepare for these shows, then I'll have nothing to sell, and that'll really suck. So it becomes like this moment of no such thing as making excuses. You can't make excuses. You just got to keep going. Or when I'm doing a commission, that person's counting on me to get this done. And Yeah. No, that is very true, Penguin. That is very true. I'm just saying sometimes it helps. Should you rely on that person for the motivation? No. But sometimes it kind of kicks in the butt. Be like, okay, my friend's expecting me to be there. Should go. And then it kind of jump starts, yeah. But should you be like, oh, my friend's not going, that means I lost all motivation to go? No. Still go. Still do. Like, I would say that other people's like having other people to help you get motivated should be a tool, not a handicap. And anyway, it could be careful if you do that because it can be exhausting on your friend if your friend has to be constantly the cheerleader. Don't do that to your friend. That ruins friendships. I feel like there's a fine line, a fine balance. Your friend should definitely not be the one that's like, come on, come with us, come on. And then you're like, I don't wanna. Come on, come be with us. I don't know. No, don't do that to your friend. Hell no. Aww. See, that's awesome, Penguin. That is awesome. See, you have a good group of friends and it's good vibes and you're all positive and you all uplift each other. See, that's the right kind of support. When you everyone uplifts everyone and everyone is each other's cheerleaders and you all have a good time and I'm sure there's positive talk, but I'm sure there's a little shit talk in there too. Kick you in the butt a little bit, but playfully, like positivity behind it. Love and positivity. Yeah, but I think a big thing with motivation is you got to have good self talk. You have to fire that shitty committee. That shitty committee will do absolutely nothing for you. You gotta let them go. And even if you're like, oh, something didn't work out the way you wanted to, well, how can you make it where it can work out how you want it to? Sometimes it takes a little creativity. Alrighty. I will say, like, what I say again and again is something does not come from nothing. You know, gotta work for it. I mean, how do you think I got these painting skills? Because I paint every day. Well, maybe I don't paint every day, but I draw or I create. I do something creative every day. Just a skill I constantly work on. Also, too, I think what helped was all the busy work they had us do in school. Um, I know a lot of times, like, I remember in school, like, kids would be like, when will this actually help us? When will this actually come and play in real life? Like, all this busy work. And, like, when teachers send us a 10-page packet, and they're like, okay, it's due tomorrow. And you're up till midnight working on the damn thing. I think the only thing it ever taught me was a good work ethic. And that's what I tell kids now, you know? I remember I helped out my old middle school art teacher with an after school cosplay. It was cute, a little cosplay program. And I told them all, I'm like, you know that annoying busy work that you hate doing? And everyone's like, yeah. I'm like, do it. It'll teach you a good work ethic. And if you have a good work ethic, you can literally do anything in life. And they're like, I could see their wheels and their little 12-year-old minds kind of turning. Like, wait a second. Yep, yeah, I know what you mean, Penguin. You know, I'm all here for a little like um non-toxic shit talk. Exactly. Like a little playful banter, the non-toxic little playful banter where you kind of just poke at each other. I'm all here for that. I agree with you. It is a vibe. And it's kind of funny. Especially when your friends come up with something clever, witty, or so do you, and everyone's like, oh, damn, that was a good comeback. Never boredom, actually. I was never bored in school. I doodled in my notebook because I wanted to reground myself. Creating art for me is more than just a job. It really helps reground me. Sometimes even just like if I'm mentally having a really off day and I do some art, it really helps reset me. Sometimes I'll just have like, I just need that alone time and I'll work on anything. It doesn't seem to matter if it's like work related or if it's my own personal project, just some kind of art, something creative. And as long as I see progress on it, I will kind of like just mentally stable back out. So actually, when I would doodle in class, it was a regrounding kind of uh it was regrounding for me. It was a coping. And yeah, I would fully know what's going on in class, even though some people argue, no, you didn't. No, I would. It was just a way of calming myself. And at first, sometimes teachers would be like meh about it because they think you're bored and they think you're not paying attention. But then they realized I actually was doing my work, turning in work. I was participating in class. And once teachers kind of found that out, people stopped complaining. And no one really, my teachers just actually they end up liking my doodles. I've had in middle school, one of my science teachers actually wanted my notebook because she loved all my doodles that I did. And I think, yeah, once I realized that it wasn't me not paying attention, that was okay. Yeah. But no, never out of boredom. Even I remember like being in my study classes where I do my homework for in high school, and in those classes, even when I was done with my homework, which was rare, but sometimes it happened. Um, I would actually bring either a notebook where my own personal like drawing sketchbook, or I would bring a journal, and I used to write stories. And that was a one dream I had. I really wanted to write novels. And that's so I would work, and even like lunch hour, um I would be drawing or be writing during lunch if I wasn't doing homework. Sometimes I work on homework. I would just, hang out with my friends, socialize a little bit with my friends, and then I'd be like working on my own thing. I don't know, it's just kind of hardwired in me. It's just kind of how I've always been. I remember times in school where it would be like in the study class, and there all the homework would be done. There wouldn't be much left to do, and other kids would just be either on their phones or they would be interacting with others in class, kind of goofing off. And I would be in my corner writing either my stories or sketching. I don't know. I think it just it helped. I remember one time I had an assignment in my art class. We were doing figure drawings and learning how to do that, and we had to draw so many figures for our homework. So I started drawing my classmates as they were all like sitting around in a circle on their phones, just chatting and talking. And I was like sketching my classmates. And then I came over to the table. They kind of like everyone pushed their desks all into a circle, and we're just sitting around it, and I'm like, look, I drew everyone, and everyone was like, what the heck? It was a funny moment. It was kind of funny. You were like, oh my gosh, this actually like looks like me, and they're like, what? Yep. So kind of funny, kind of funny, kind of derpy. What is this? No, I don't want free. I don't want free viewers. No. Ew. think this brush is slightly too big, but it won't be too big to blend. I want to look at a different reference picture, actually. Trying to figure this out. I'm looking through my old, like, reference pictures from when like cosplayed Rebecca that I still have on my phone. And I'm just kind of looking through, kind of trying to figure out what I'm gonna do here. I think that one's the best. That's too funny, Penguin. I actually like that story. I like that college memory. That's funny. You took a picture of your friend sleeping. That's great. No, I like that. Here we go. Just blending these. Don't want it to be too many lines. Even though that's eventually a style I want to get into. I want to learn how to do cell shading so bad. I want to do a cell shading study. And I've been wanting to for a long time now. I should bump it up on my project ideas. Maybe after I get done with like some commissions and that kind of stuff. I'm still in a limbo period with a couple more commissions, and I don't want to like start any new ones while I'm in this limbo. I just feel like I can't handle it. Where I'm like trying to finish up these commissions and then move on to a new one. So I'm just waiting to finish these up. That's why I also too I like that I'm working on like these tiny paintings because they're not super intensive and it's a good limbo time. Also, too, it makes something fun and something different. Oh, I didn't realize that it was all the way over there. There we go. And I think this brush is good for blending this tiny headband, but I think I'm gonna. There we go. Oh man. These are adorable. Also, too, I think creating little faces like this is challenging because it's like so small and precise. I bet you if I did like an object, like one of my fruity drinks or something like that, it wouldn't take as long because there's just so many rules with faces and portraits. Um, Objects sometimes can be easier. Depends on what object it is. There we go. There we are. I love it. He's so cute. Yeah, I think her hair definitely needs some more contrast to it. That darker green that I mixed up, I think will be good to add. There we go. Actually, that's a pretty smooth reflection right there. I hope I don't mess it up by adding a little bit more. I'm just gonna blend it. Tap, tap, tap. Don't want to mess it up. I've done that before, as you all know. Where I'll be like, I'm gonna add a little bit to this, and then I end up over touching it or something. Alrighty. There we go. I would say pretty much done. All I have to do is add some shine to the eyes, and I'm gonna add a little bit of some contrast to her hair. I think it needs it. So yeah. Did my stream skip again? Did it go out? Because it looks like it restarted on my end. I don't know. Hello. I don't know if everyone can still hear or see me. I'm guessing yes. I don't know if my stream ended, but it almost looks like it. And then restarted. Whoops. I'm so sorry about that again. I don't know why that keeps happening. But anyways, it looks like I'm back. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, as long as we're all good then. Still here. Everyone's still here. I guess it did a little hiccup again. Just like, oh, we're back. Whoops. Sometimes when it does that, it also splits up the VOD. So we'll see what happens to the VOD. Oh well. Otherwise, it'll be 2 separate videos uploaded. Because I am too lazy to edit them both together. You can just watch them back to back. It's alright. That is so odd. I am so sorry about that. Alrighty, let's see. Let's see where I can, alrighty, just adding some outlines here, upping the contrast. It's not gonna be super liney like this. I'm planning on blending it. Alright, now I'm gonna take away my super tiny brush. And then, oh, welcome back. Welcome back, Win. Oh, okay. So it looks like the VOD is still one together. Alright. Well, that's good to know. I guess the stream didn't get split up. I guess the chat just restarted for whatever reason. So weird. I swear sometimes I don't quite understand technology. There we go. Yeah, I like this little bit of contrast. Sometimes even like with characters like that have pale pastel colors, adding those deeper colors in there really help bring out the details. I have to fix that right there. And I have to fix something right here too. There we go. Yeah, I really like it. What do you guys think? The teeny Rebecca. Alrighty, yeah, let me know. Or I'll just figure it out this evening when I download and post the VOD. No big deal. It's happened a couple of times. Alrighty, there we go. Ah, it's a little Rebecca. Yeah, I really like this painting. I like it a lot. Want to change a few things. I think I want to add some contrast here. I think that'll be a good idea. So, to create one of these little masterpieces, almost 4 hours. Way longer than I thought. Because there's also drawing time in there. You know what? I'm going to say 4 hours because I think it was a good 20 minutes, something like that, when I drew it. I'll actually blend the eyebrows with this brush. Oh, and I almost forgot I wanted to add little shine to her eyes too. Okay, so I'm quite not done. Almost done with little Rebecca here. I'll bring it. I think you guys can see it a little bit better if it's closer to the bottom, because I know as it like fades out, it kind of like turns a little blurry up at the top there. I swear I need like little stage markers for myself, like little blue X's or a little square. This is the viewpoint of the camera. Stay painting or creating in this corner. Oh, I love her. I do. I really like how this turns out. You know, something that I don't understand about some artists is that there are some artists out there that claim that they hate everything they make. I don't understand that. I really don't. And I've tried to hear my hear some artists out of why they feel that way, because the first reaction is I'm like, that is so strange. Why would you hate what you create? Why are you even an artist in the first place? And even if I let people just talk and explain the reason, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, how could you hate what you make? Then why don't you make something that you like? Why don't you do what you are inspired by? People are like, I don't like anything I make. And I'm not saying that these are people who want to be artists and art. No, these are people who are full time artists. This is what they do. Yeah, I at least want to start Lucy today. That's a good goal. I wanted to finish this painting here, and I wanted to at least start on Lucy. Kind of over blended that. Let me re-blend it here, and maybe I'll blend it with the smaller brush. There we go. And I did want to add a little bit more pink. I saw a little where the green bled over. There we go. And let's add some shine to that eye too. Yeah, exactly. You gotta celebrate the wins. Exactly. I agree with you, Penguin. Yeah, I get it that you might be like, "Oh, I really want it." I feel like there's a difference though where you're like, "I hate what I make," versus I like this painting, but I wish I could improve on these skills. And I did really good here, but I feel like I could improve on that. And that's okay. For the next piece of art, I'm going to improve here. I think that's totally fair. I do that. I totally get that. And actually, I think that's how it should be because I swear, as an artist, we're always learning and always changing. And there's even some older pieces that I made that I'm like, oh my gosh, my style has changed. I don't hate them, but my style has improved. And I'm proud to see the growth. There we go. That teeny tiny Rebecca painting. Even here, I've learned some things about proportions, composition, how to draw tiny. My first attempt, I didn't even show you guys. I kept erasing so much that the whole front of the canvas is just all gray of graphite, and you can't erase it anymore. It's just stained. So I'm planning on painting it over and then just resketching it on top. Because it looks like such a mess. Um, And then I was like getting frustrated. I was like, how about I just restart on a new canvas and then just paint another thing on that one? And so, and I'm glad I did because then my first sketch actually almost turned out almost perfect. There was a couple of things I did have to adjust on it, but yeah. All right, where should I add the shine of the eyes? I want to get this, where is it not so wet? Hee. Alrighty. I'll sign it and then that'll be it. That'll be it for our little Rebecca. I know, the teeniest, tiniest little signature. What color should I do? Um, I want something that'll stand out, but that's not too overpowering. I'm wondering about the green that I used to outline her hair. I wonder if that'll show up. Yeah, I like it, but it's too fat. I drew that line too fat. Gotta erase it. Erase! Gosh, it's so nerve-wracking when you have to do this with acrylic paint. I'm so glad it's oil. I did that with the signature on the I think on a cat painting that I just did where I'm like, I don't like it. And I'm like, how do we erase? It's not oil, I forgot. What? The fairy bot is blocking message. What? Oh, I thought you literally said it like meant like it was blocking it when. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to miss your message. Very true, Win. Very true. Always celebrate your wins, even if they're small. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Penguin, for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's good having your company here, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Penguin. Very tiny signature. You can barely see it. I don't know if I like that you can. I don't know. I kind of like it and kind of don't. I like my signatures to kind of. You know what? I'm going to do it a shade lighter. I think I'm going to do it a shade lighter because I do like my signatures to somewhat stand out. But I also don't like it when it looks like an eyesore. And that's like, what is that weird thing over there? I kind of like that it's going to be in her collar, so it'll be permanently with this piece. I think I'm just gonna, here, I'll scooch this over. I'm gonna just use a little bit of white. And you know what, that's looking a little too, I'm gonna add some blue to it. There we go. go. I don't like the end of that A. I like everything else. God, it's hard doing a tiny signature. There we go. Yay! It's very fat still, this signature. Hold on. I want to see if I can redo it. Yes, I'm being a perfectionist over my signature. I can be a perfectionist over this. Okay, that just looks really bad. I'm gonna try again this end part. Why is it this part at the bottom part of the A so tricky? You can all watch me go crazy over the tiniest of details. Have fun. I know, right? I should have these paintings come with a magnifying glass so you can see all the details that I put in here. There we go. I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay. No touchy no more. No touchy no more. Like I keep saying, I feel like this is one of the, like my own personal mini create. Ah, she's adorable. She's so cute and so small. Okay, yep, I'm addicted to these. I like these tiny paintings. Yes, they're a lot of work. Yes, they take a lot of time. But I love them. And I think they'll be cute on little easels. That's how I want to display them. I want to display them on teeny little easels. She is. Aw, thank you, Evil Leia. Thank you. And thank you, Win. Aw, and you teeny little gremlin. Alrighty. Now, onto Lucy. I have a reference picture of Lucy somewhere in my photos. I have to free find it. I almost deleted it too because I was styling that wig like last minute. And I want to restyle that wig. It's kind of it was perfect for the evening, but I want to do better. There she is. Alrighty. Cute little gremlin. You know, I'm gonna grab a paper over here. And yeah, I think it looks really good. I think it looks really cute. I think she's adorable. I'm really happy with this piece. Yeah, so cute. Teeny paintings. I'm hoping that over time I get faster with these. I'm thinking I will. Alright, now Miss Lucy. Trying to think, which color should I do for the background? I don't know if I should do the same as Rebecca, because again, Lucy's also all in pastels. Except she does have a black top that you see a little bit here, but like her hair is like pastel, her skin tone also pastel. I don't know if I do like the same. I kind of like the blue-black background that's going on. Maybe I could go really cyberpunk with it and do this side pink, this side blue. I think I'll do that. That'll be fun. Why not? Alrighty. So in order to do so, I'm gonna put this aside. And I will, how much time do I have? Oh, okay. I'll probably get around to the background. So for the pink, mix up some permanent rose. Gosh, did 2 hours already go by that fast? Damn. Honestly, if you asked me how much time do you think went by, I would tell you an hour. I know I go into this weird, like, time warp thing when I'm in painting. And then I already have blue. And I already got black. So we're chilling. Bringing this forward. An hour, maybe. I know, right? It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like it's already been 2 hours. It does feel like an hour and a half. I'm glad you got your popcorn win. Alrighty, so for Miss Lucy, I think I want to do, yeah, this side pink. You know what? For this background, I think I'm going to go with a slightly bigger brush. This feels a little small with this one. Especially that it's just a background. Alright. Sorry. Brush. I got the brush. And there we go. And then where is the blue color? There's the blue. Very classic cyberpunk with the blue and the pink. Gotta have magenta and cyan. That's the way to go, right? Right. There we go. I know, I know. If I could play that song, I totally would right now. I like that song. Here, I'll bring it a little bit closer like this. There you guys go. Not so upside down or far away. Yeah, I'll see where I get with the background, and how far away it is from the time, and we'll see. Sometimes backgrounds can take a little bit of time. Sometimes they go quite quickly. Alright, I'm gonna wash this brush, and then I'm gonna try to blend the pink and the blue so it doesn't look so much like a, I don't know, like a crayon box. And even blending the sides. I don't want to forget about the sides. Oh, not forgetting. Alrighty, there we are. And yeah, we can still see it. Okay. For a minute, I was like concerned that it had disappeared. There we go. Just painting the sides, continuing to paint the sides. I know, small painting. There we go. See, kind of a light background. Kind of fun. It's also tricky to paint the sides of these little things because it's like, it wouldn't be so difficult if it was acrylic, but since it's oil, I don't want to like smudge anything. Which I know happened with Rebecca over there. Oh well, at least little smudges can be fixed. It's not a big deal. Small Lucy. Small. Okay, so you know what? I do have a little bit of time. I could get started on Lucy's hair, possibly. I do have pastel pink and pastel blue from Rebecca, so I could start on that piece. It's kind of funny. I didn't think that those two had a similar color scheme, but in a way they kind of do. They don't have a similar color scheme. They just use the same colors. I have pink. All right, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of turpentine to the super light blue. It's pink first, right? Yeah, it's pink. I'm getting it pretty liquidy with the turpentine. Hey, Nacho! Hi, Nacho. How you doing? Nacho, I finished Rebecca. Here's Rebecca. Look. She's so cute. So now I'm working on Lucy. Hey, it's little Rebecca. Now Lucy. I don't know if I'll be able to finish Lucy's hair by the end of this stream. Maybe. Maybe I can try. I can try to get it done. Maybe I can get at least the pink and blue done. Right, and then it's like the pink kind of fades into blue. So how you doing, Nacho? How's work coming along? Sorry I didn't ask sooner. I was very focused on planning out how I was gonna paint Lucy here. Good, good. I'm glad work is going good for you, Nacho. Glad that it's going smooth. Yay! That's always good. Alrighty. I think, you know what? I'm gonna try to finish Lucy's hair, and then I will call it a stream there because I am, yes, on a good roll, but also too, her hair's like this really nice rainbow gradient, and I don't want to, like, I want it to be continue with that nice gradient. Good. I'm glad you're all down for that. Alrighty. So now so I have the blue and the pink, but now it goes from green to yellow to red. I don't really have any of the. I have the colors on my palette. They just have to be mixed. So it's almost like taking my existing colors, because this green here is nice, but I think it's too dark. It's not pastel enough. So I think if I just add some white, yeah, that's more the color. I think even a little bit more of this green. There we go, and I'll add some turpentine to it, and then it's yellow. So do have a little bit of yellow here. And I do have some white. Mix it up. And then a little bit of red, which I have right here. Uh-oh, I wondered if I added too much red. No, I think that'll be okay, actually. Maybe a little bit more white. No, I think that'll work. Alrighty. At least I had all the colors on my palette. That was kind of nice. Bring this forward again. And I realized I made a mistake. The blue actually does come all the way down from the to the ends of the hair. And it's more the strip of hair that's in front that turns into like a rainbow. You guys can see it's still good. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm glad you could be here too, Nacho. Glad you could join us for the last little bit. That's good. There we go. And then we're gonna take some of the green. Blend that in. And a bit of the yellow. And very much at the end, red. Red's a pretty powerful color, so I want to make sure it doesn't overpower that yellow too much. Alrighty, there's Miss Lucy. Or the start of Lucy. Just the start of her. Aw. There we go. Eee! I love it. So just starting Lucy, and then got Rebecca here. You know what? I'm gonna actually scooch this one over. And which ends were, I think here and here were. There we go. this aside. Yay! All right. I'm really happy with the start of this new collection. I know, right? She's looking cute. She's starting off cute. She'll be fun to paint. Alrighty, so thank you everyone for joining today. I can't believe it. The time went by so fast, but like always, I think even faster for this time. It feels like. Nah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Aw, well, I'm glad that you all have so much love for Lucy. um, my next time I'll be live is on Friday, in the evening time, that new normal time. And I will continue working, I believe, on Lucy. We'll see what happens with my commissions if I end up officially starting any. If I do, I might work on those. Again, I'm like in limbo area, so. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. But if I'm not working on any commissions, or if I have no, like, nothing to work on, like physically painting something, so physically making something, that's what I'm meaning, I'll probably be continuing work on Lucy. So yeah, which will be fun. And then I can start the second layer on her, maybe even the second layer on, first layer on face, second layer on hair. It'll be a good stream. It'll be fun. Nah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I wish you a good time too, Nacho. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And I will see you all next time. See you all on Friday. All right. Have a good rest of your week. And as for now, bye.